Helio Castroneves is one happy guy, and why not? The defending Indy 500 winner is on the pole for this year's race. Drivers were in New York City Tuesday promoting what arguably is the most famous race in the world. If the Brazilian takes the checkered flag again, he'd become just the fourth driver to win the 500 4 times, joining Al Unser Sr., A.J. Foyt, and Rick Mears.
It will be an honor. Certainly, it is already an honor to be in this position. But certainly, for me, those three guys are gods of racing. And when you're talking about that you're almost there, it's pretty special.
Starting on the outside of the first row, Dario Franchitti, winner of the rain-shortened Indy 500 3 years ago. The Scotsman said winning Indy is far from easy.
It's such a difficult race to win for a number of reasons. The track, although it looks fairly simple, 4 corners that look identical, it's probably one of the most difficult tracks I've ever been on in my life, road course or oval. The field is incredibly tight, and the track with the configuration allows you no room for error, none at all.
Perhaps the most well-known driver in IndyCar, Danica Patrick finished third in last year's race, but Patrick was not happy about the setup of her car after qualifying this past weekend. She will start in the middle of the 8th row Sunday, and like every other driver, hopes to avoid any trouble early on.
I'm, mid-back pack, and that's a turbulent place to be at Indy when you're going 230 miles an hour with 33 cars turning 10,250 RPM. So, that can feel a little bit uncomfortable. So as long as we can just get past that first lap and not get caught up in any of the stuff that could happen, I think we're good to go. I really feel confident that when race day comes that things will be much better, but it doesn't change the fact that the cars are not what they need to be.
Tony Kanaan is a teammate of Patrick. The Brazilian won the IndyCar title in 2004, finishing second in the 500 that year, and was third at Indy in 2003. But thanks to mishaps in qualifying, Kanaan will have to start this year's race from the last row. In 8 previous 500s, Kanaan had never started worse than 6th.
My car obviously doesn't belong speed-wise to the last row, so maybe it will be a little easier in the beginning to get through the pack, but once you get to the top 15, it's going to be as hard as anybody else. So I think my experience will play being patient, not, if you get hold back in the first few laps and you still last, not to panic, and it's going to come to you, and I think that's definitely going to help me.
The green flag will be waved Sunday afternoon to start the race that Kanaan and 32 other drivers would love to win. Steve Carmazin, The Associated Press.